Hey, what's going on, YouTube family? I'm back again. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mark, where I like talking all things music in my own personal series, Mark Under the Microscope, where I give you an inside look as to who I am as a person through inspirational and motivational vlogging. So if you like things like that, please remember to slash that like button and annihilate that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell. I drop videos like this every Monday and Friday and every day in between. And also, leave me comments down below. I love interacting with you guys. I also do subscriber requests, so huge shout out to my subscribers out there. I love you guys because without you, there would be no me and there would be no channel. But I think I've talked enough, so let's just jump straight into these videos. Let's go!
I knew you'd come. Somehow I just knew you'd find me. Not knowing where I was or when I was coming back sent you crazy. I kept my spies on you.
This imagery's already look like this is about to be a deep ass song. I like it. I like this beat.
I said fuck school, not knowing it would affect me. Ignorance got me blinded, I'm hoping the world accepts me.
Ooh.
But I'm nothing like the popular kids though. Instincts don't fuck around, even the Bloods and the Crips know. My teacher and my principal needed to speak with moms. Hi Miss Gonzalez, I'm sorry to call your job, and I'm sorry to inform you, but something's been going on. I hate to say it, Alex been disobeying the law.
Ooh.
He wears baggy pants and he likes to ride on the walls, and I seen him kissing different girls, walking them through the halls. My mother said, I'm sorry, no comprende, no speaker, no English, not knowing my bad attendance. I'm thinking, homie, I'm smoking till I collapse. Walking through my apartments, I'm hearing the door slam. Look, mom, I'm really trying to help you understand. I wanna break rules and fuck different women just like my dad. Sometimes I like to chill, homie. Sometimes I like to smoke. Sometimes I wish I never left.
I love the message of this song because at least what I'm getting so far is like he is sitting here, like from what I'm getting so far is like he's sitting here speaking about how ignorance and just is bliss and how it tends to cloud our judgment and it tends to take over our thinking and change our perception of reality and how we should view and how we should maneuver and how we should navigate through this world. I love the message behind this and the imagery that he's painted. Let me rewind it a little bit and take it back.
Not knowing my bad attendance, I'm thinking fuck it, homie, I'm smoking till I collapse. Walking through my apartments, I'm hearing the door slam. Look, mom, I'm really trying to help you understand. I wanna break rules and fuck different women just like my dad. Sometimes I like to chill, homie. Sometimes I like to smoke. Sometimes I wish I never left school, cause all I do is graffiti and sell dope.
Come on!
Oh yeah, on my neighborhood in the air. Like I don't care. Yeah, on my neighborhood in the air. Like I don't care. It was way too easy to skip class. The only thing I paid attention to was doing math. Something told me in the future gotta be alert. Thank God to the decimals that helped me move that work. It was fucked up when everyone graduated but me, getting left behind while people follow the dream. When I become a hypocrite, people blaming the government, drug money and rubber bands, knowing they gave us all the chance. But it was fucked up, smoking all the weed, fucking bitches who notice me. Who the fuck do I wanna be? I'm nothing like my friends who went to jail last week. Some became drug addicts and now they stuck on tweak. Most of the bitches that I knew back then, they ain't pretty no more. Baby daddy's back in the pen. Goddamn, man, I should've never left school. I should've stayed the same kid, quiet and respectful. Sometimes I like to chill, homie. Sometimes I like to smoke. Sometimes I wish I never left school, cause all I do is graffiti and sell dope. Oh yeah, on my neighborhood in the air. Like I don't care. Oh yeah, on my neighborhood in the air. Like I don't care.
That was dope. King Lil G is such a king, such a boss. He is so dope. I love this. Okay, so I quickly want to talk about Ignorance by King Lil G, and I want to talk about why King Lil G is such a boss, and he is so dope to me, and like such a king in this regard of being able to tell a story. And I like how he's sitting here like dispelling this myth of like toxic masculinity and like this machismo type of vibes that the Latin American culture and also that African Americans have to deal with, where we have to be seen as these hyper masculine individuals. And if we sit there and show any type of vulnerability, some type of emotion, any type of pain, any type of like sensitivity, we're seen as weak, and we're seen as our sexuality is also called into question because of that. And I like how he's kind of debunking that myth through this song, because even though even though he's not like crying or anything, you can sit there and sense his raw emotion, you can sense his pain, you can sense his self-reflection within this track. You can also sense that he's sitting there speaking from his life, and how he's sitting there talking about how ignorance is bliss, and how probably like, you know how like those challenges that was going around like on Facebook and like on other social media sites, where they were talking about what would you have done if you had, what would you do differently if you known sooner in life, or something like that in that regard, or like what would you do if you could like repeat something of your past. And he's basically highlighting how basically ignorance is bliss, and how we sit there and sometimes and often surmise to the situations that we are often dealt and we are around, and we sit there and feel like that has to we feel like that has to shape our reality within a sense. And I like how he sat there and basically showed that, yeah, I can be a masculine male, but I can still sit there and show that sensitivity, that emotional, that vulnerable side, and let people in and not stay guarded and protected against outside people and outside forces, to show them that, yeah, I do go through situations. I do have to sit here and navigate life. I do have to sit here and go through pains and heartache and suffering. But he sat there and showed that it's okay to sit there and do that. And it's like we have like this, and like I said, like within the African American culture, this is stemmed from all the way back from slavery, where it was instilled in us that we have to be like this cookie cutter type individual to be hyper masculine. And it's also within the Latin American culture, where you have this machismo type of vibe, and anything that deviates from the two of being hyper masculine or machismo, you're seen as other, you're tended as ostracized, your sexuality is often called into play. Because I know oftentimes that happened to me being raised, and that's one of the reasons why I like King Lil G, because after my mom, like a lot of people who know, my mom abandoned me when I was 3 months old. Anybody who's new to this channel, my mom abandoned me when I was 3 months old, and then I was raised by my great grandmother. But then I was also raised around a whole bunch of women and girls that were my female cousins that I was growing up with. So it's only right, not only right, but it's only such that you would sit there and pick up on tendencies that you sit there and are exposed to, because that's what you see on a daily basis. You don't have those no positive male role models in your life. So a lot of times, just because I sit there and by the way I spoke, because like before my voice even hit puberty, to sit there and go deep to what it is now, it was like my sexuality was always called into question. Even because people thought I used to wear contacts because of my eye color, so they used to sit there and call that into question, and basically sit there and call my sexuality into question. And it was to the point where I sat there and would wear dark color contacts to blacken my eyes, to darken them out, because a lot of people was like, oh well, he's gay, he's the F word. And I don't want to sit there and use that word on the channel, but he's the F word, he's just this and he's that, because he's this way and he's that way. And so we tend to ostracize and tend to reject the unfamiliar. But what I like about King Lil G is how he speaks about how ignorance is bliss, and how we sit there and if we're not self-taught and we're not self-aware and we don't have that knowledge and we're not street smart, that we will sit there and often succumb and often have those thought processes and often adopt those processes because we don't want to see something different. And I like that he sat there and is dispelling this myth that there's not just one cookie cutter type of style. Like, and that's one of the reasons why I basically did my whole thesis for my second master's degree that I'm earning on the evolution of black masculinity, to show that black people and black men in general especially are not monolithic, which is the same thing for the Latin community. For the Latin Americans, they're not a monolithic group. So, and I think he's showing that, and he can sit there and be masculine but still show that softer, vulnerable side through his music and his artistry, and express how he feels and tell his story. And I think that's amazing, and I think that's dope. The only thing that I would say is that I wish that this song was longer, because I like this song, and I just wish it was a little bit longer. So I don't know if it was more of a freestyle, so to speak. Somebody has to let me know in the comments below. But I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was amazing. I think King Lil G is dope. And with that being said, I'm not gonna sit there and rate it, because I never rate artistic genius. But if I had to give it a rating, I would sit there and give it a 9.5, just because it's not a little bit longer. But other than that, I thought he did a phenomenal job. And with that being said, please remember to be safe out there. Remember to stay awesome, be awesome, because you guys are all awesome. This is your boy Mark, and I'm signing off. Deuces. Peace.
They need rappers like me. They need rappers like me, so they can get on their fucking keyboards and make me the bad guy, Chung Lee. Hey, yo, I've been on.